Hi, good afternoon. My name is Liz Doles, and I am the gallery coordinator here at the gallery at the Belmont Media Center. And it's my pleasure to introduce our artist for the month of June and on into the summer, Taj Khan. Taj is our youngest artist that we've exhibited here at the gallery, but Taj has one of the most powerful artist statements that I've read. And we'll talk about technique and media, etc. But Taj, I'd like to ask you right off how art making makes you feel, because that was very moving in your statement.
So I think art means a lot to me in feelings. Like if I'm having a bad day or something, I will basically do art to help with that stress and that pressure of my own feelings. And I think that helps with my day and my emotional stuff. So I think that's also like how some people have like emotional pets, emotional support stuff, or like, I don't know, like stuff that helps them. I think art really helps me in that case.
Your show is entitled Graffiti Riot. Could you expand on that a little bit for us, please?
I think riot can mean many different things. Like I don't mean like riot like the violent type. I mean like a riot can mean many different things, like riot of color, someone who's very funny. And I think it can mean a lot of different things, but when I mean it in this art showcase, I think riot like as like a whole bunch of colors, splatters, emotions everywhere, and just like overall positive vibes.
Now, your work is very colorful and filled with the energy of color. So I'm curious, and I'm sure many viewers are, of how you apply the color. Do you use spray paint? Do you use brushes? Do you use markers? And what are your media? Do you use paint, ink, marker?
So I'm gonna start off with like what materials I use. So I use spray paint like for a lot of the stuff. And I also use like different little like design stamps like this right here that says King. And I also do like a lot of different stuff with like brushes and how it comes out. And I also do a fair amount of like pastel work. Like I work in the pastels, so it's a bit textury. I use a lot of different mediums for stuff that I do.
And you you really layer the work. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure this figure was one of the last things that you put in, and things kept building up. That's one of the things that's so attractive. And you're working on canvas, but you also have a very unusual piece.
I got it from someone. So basically they were like, hey, you want to use this guitar to like draw on and stuff and do like a design thing, because it's like a broken guitar. It's just like out of it. So what I did was, it took me a while. Like I kind of just like left it in my basement for a while because I really wanted to put something into it, like something better than I can do. And I really wanted to put a lot of emotion and thought into this. So I kind of just left it for a while. And then one day I was like, hey, how about this guitar? And then what I basically did was I splatter arted it, like right here, along here. And I also sprayed along it with spray paint. And I did some drips and like graffiti stuff. But the most important part was that I took the pieces off. So I took like this huge piece off, and then I sprayed it, and then I let it dry. And then I put these off, like the little cranks and everything off and everything like that. So we basically had to just like, my dad had to take it apart, and then I did the stuff piece by piece. So I don't like do it all like, so it doesn't mess up or anything. So yeah.
So just one more question, Taj. How did you get into art? What called you to art making?
So I think I was always interested in the graffiti on like the highway and everything. So like near Fenway Park and everything like that. So I was always interested in that. Like I always liked looking at it. But in the summer of 2020, I started like experimenting with what I can do. So I basically just started off with like rough sketches, and I was like, oh, I can't do this. I stopped for a while, and then I watched some videos. Summer of like, or April of like 2022, I got back into it, and I think that's what really helped me have an artistic like mind, is that I started off with graffiti. So a lot of that graffiti, like starting off stuff that I used to do, basically like helped me form that artistic mind, like, oh, you can use these kinds of colors and it will come out well. And it also taught me a lot of lessons of like you shouldn't mix paint markers together and stuff like that unless you want to. But yeah, so I think it like also helped me get that artistic mind of like experimenting with what I can do, and I think that's what really helps with getting some of these pieces.
Taj, I want to thank you so much for sharing your work with us here at the gallery at the Belmont Media Center. Taj's work will be on view through the month of June and possibly beyond, and we are the gallery at the Belmont Media Center. We're open 11 to 7 weekdays, and please come and enjoy this show. Thank you.